Hey everybody, welcome back to Off the Clock, and this week for episode 7, we're here with Christie from the Bonnie swim team.
Hi, I'm Paris. I'm a senior psychology major on the women's swim and dive team, and I'm from Carmel, Indiana.
Who or what pushed you the hardest growing up in this sport?
I would have to say probably my coaches. My parents were always laid back because neither of them did sports growing up, so they didn't really know what swimming was really about. Um, but yeah, I'd have to say my coaches. I went through a lot of coaches though because I moved twice growing up, but
So if you didn't have parents who were into swim or anybody who was really into swim, how did you get into that?
It's kind of a funny story. I was born with hip dysplasia, so the doctors at the hospital that I went to growing up were like, "Oh, swimming or water polo are two of the main sports that are good for your hips and would help me not have to get hip surgery by the time I'm 20 years old."
Yeah.
So they kind of just pushed me through that, and I just kept with it.
When did swimming stop being more of a hobby and start feeling like a part of who you are?
I feel like around middle school, because I was actually able to swim on the high school team, 7th and 8th grade. So I feel like, because I was in South Carolina for part of that, and then I moved to Indiana. So it was just a little different. It was more of a team aspect, because I feel like club swimming is very different in that aspect. You're kind of just swimming for your own, and you're trying to get good times
Yeah.
and whatnot. But then when you're on the high school team, it's you're one. You're as one, and so it's just more like a team.
What's been your proudest race of your career so far, and why?
I would have to say last year's mid-season meet, I had a really good 200 breaths, and I feel like it was the breaking point because my sophomore season wasn't the best season. So I feel like that was just the point where I was oh, I can actually push through things, and get an outcome that I would want. So,
What do you remember about your first season on the team?
I remember we actually started the season with a meet that was just the women's team. So that started off a great note. It was so much fun. The bus ride
That
was
doesn't
just the
happen
women's
very
team.
often, does
No,
it?
I don't think we've had a women's only meet. Well, no, last year we did have one, I think. But it's just very different. And then just the whole team is really fun because it's a lot of people. This year we have almost 60 people.
That's a
So
lot.
it's a lot. Yeah.
And I did see the swim and dive team has started to sign freshmen for next year already. And even though you won't be here next year, what do you think the team will look like with all these new athletes coming in?
I think it'll be good. The team dynamic is even better this year because I feel like we have a big incoming class this year, so I feel like next year it'll probably be pretty similar.
They just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but no, I think it's good. The team does a really good job of bonding really well, and we spend a lot of time together. So we just go off of each other, and the energy just stays high.
What's a part of training you think would shock non-swimmers the most?
I feel like there are some sets that are just everyone's mute and there's just no talking, and it's just all you hear is the water splashing and sometimes music in the background. But I feel like other contact sports at least are very you're always hearing yelling or there's side parts and whatever, but
You
there's
guys are
just
getting very focused.
yeah, sometimes we're just
training a
locked
specific
in
thing.
and you just hear nothing. But other times it's very different.
Does that
but-
help you focus, or do you focus better when there is noise going on?
Honestly, for me, when I'm practicing, I kind of forget about everything else. So sometimes even if there's music playing, I'll forget there's even music playing. And in the locker room, someone will be like, "Oh, I love that song that was playing." And I was like, "That song played?" Yeah.
So I know we talked about a little bit already the energy of the team, and you guys are very, very close in the team bonding. What is that like this season?
It's definitely different this year just because our team is just so much bigger this year. But I think we do a good job of hyping each other up on deck and in the locker room. We chit chat and get to know each other, and even we have movie nights. We just had a team movie night this past Saturday, and just little events like that. And we do community service a lot as a team together. So we had a lot of fun actually going to the Total Senior Care a couple weeks ago. Just stuff like that keeps us involved and engaged with each other.
So what made you choose St. Bonaventure and this specific swim and dive program?
That was kind of tricky because I didn't know if I wanted to go all the way to New York because it's pretty far, and it's like a lot colder.
It is. The snow is
Yeah,
coming.
but I had my official visit. I just loved the girls. I loved the team vibe, and I was just like, I didn't find another team that like matched my expectations for like the team culture that I was seeking. Because like the high school team that I came from, we were like really like well connected and like it was just a very good balance. And so I was like wanting to match that, and this was the closest I could get to it.
Who on the team is surviving a zombie apocalypse and who wouldn't make it past day one?
Okay, I'll answer the question backwards. I think if there's one person that I could say that would not survive a zombie apocalypse, um, I'd have to say Ailu. She's one of my really good friends. We've been friends since freshman year, but I don't know. I feel like she'd just like be over it. She'd be like, "Oh, this is just too much," or like I don't know. But I feel like Nayla, she's one of the girls. She's from Germany. I feel like she just really has really good instincts, and she'd be like, "Yeah," like she'd do it. She'd go full force, like beating all of them. So,
How would you do in a zombie apocalypse?
I don't know how well I would do personally. I feel like I would like do something stupid and then like it'd be done for me.
Like in the horror movies when somebody's getting chased by a clown and you trip over a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, oh, they're right there, and like be frozen or something. I don't know.
What does being a Bonnie mean to you?
I feel like being a Bonnie means showing up when it's tough, and doing things that's like your why. Like, why do you do what you do?
What's something about the sport of swimming that deserves way more respect?
I'd have to say training days where we're doing like 3 practices a day. Like we have 2 swim practices and a lift, plus like classes and like having to fix in like homework and everything else that we do. It's just
Just your schedule being so packed.
yeah, it's just a really packed schedule and sometimes it's hard to make it through a week, but
A high demand sport.
yeah.
What event do you feel most confident in? Something you could do in your sleep?
I feel like I have to say the 100 breaststroke. That's the one like event that I've done my whole life. I can't even count how many times I've done it. But
What's the hardest event in your opinion?
the hardest event like ever, like what I've done.
Hardest event you've done?
I'd have to say probably I'd say like the 4 a.m. or 2 fly. I feel like those are pretty hard. Because like 2 fly, it's just like exhausting. By the time you get through halfway, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm only halfway. And the 4 a.m. is just like you during like all the strokes. It's just a lot.
What's a mid-race thought you've never said out loud?
A mid-race thought that I've never said out loud is definitely like, oh my gosh, this hurts so bad I want to get out right now. But obviously I can't do that. But yeah, sometimes it's hard.
Are there any major goals you set for yourself right now?
Honestly, being a senior, I kind of like just am like going for it. I feel like I can't like set a standard because it's like I don't want to be upset when my season's over if I don't meet set goal.
Yeah.
So just going with it for all the effort I have.
What's the most chaotic or unbelievable moment you've had at a meet?
I feel like the most unbelievable moment was our first home meet this year was against Canisius, and it was the most packed our stands have ever been. I think we were definitely over like the capacity limit. Like definitely. There was like people up upstairs, like looking out the windows, like there was a line out the door. Like I knew people that were like, yeah, I was waiting in line for like 10 minutes and I just gave up because I couldn't get inside. It was just insane. Like usually like not a lot of people show up for swim meets because it's like no one really like understands swimming, or it's just like not one of those like contact sports that's like very exciting. But it was crazy. It's definitely unbelievable.
To you, what's the most exciting part about a meet?
I think the most exciting part is just like knowing that like, oh my gosh, like we get this opportunity to swim for like my college, because I feel like a lot of people don't get that opportunity like to compete past high school, and it's just like a big like team bonding thing that's like we just have this relationship that like not a lot of people other people get to experience.
Outside of the pool, what makes you feel the most like you?
I would definitely say being involved. I mean, outside of swimming, I'm involved with 2 service clubs on campus. So I feel like that just like keeps me involved and keeps me going, fills my time up with something meaningful.
You don't like being bored?
Not really. I mean, I do because I get to like relax and not have to think of a lot of things, but I also like n- I like knowing that I'm giving back to people and like staying involved with the community.
What's one question you wish somebody would have asked younger you?
Probably if I would have seen myself like swimming past college because I honestly didn't know college swimming was a thing until like my freshman year of high school, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I did not know it was a thing. I thought like you were just done or like you just did it for like fun afterwards. But then I started seeing like these girls that were seniors like committing to these big schools and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a thing." And that's where I got like very like into it. I was like, "Oh, like maybe I want to do that."
You wish somebody would have told you about it sooner.
Yeah, a
So you could
little.
have prepared for it. If your swim career had a movie trailer, what clips are guaranteed to be in it?
I definitely say going to bed pretty early to get up for those early morning practices. Definitely lots of like flops into the pool, karaoke on the side of the pool mid set. Our coach getting upset when we play Christmas music too early. Doesn't like Mariah Carey right now, but that's okay.
If there was one story from your time at Bonaventure that you would tell your kids someday, what would it be?
I feel like for me, I had the opportunity to go on a pilgrimage to Italy with like the Bonnet Buddies coordinators and some of the warming house coordinators, and I feel like that just really opened my eyes to like what like involvement in the community can like do for you, and just like being able to bring back the Franciscan values, because we spent 10 days over there, just being engrossed in that Franciscan spirit. I feel like that was able to help me bring back like to integrate that with my team, and then Bonnet Buddies.
Would you call yourself a leader of the team? Those are your people.
Yeah, I guess I would say so. I try to be there for everyone and try to like keep the spirit up. Obviously, there are like those tough days that are just like weighs everyone down, but
How do you get through those days? What's one thing that you hold on to the most that gets you through that?
I guess I just try to think of it as like a team. And I'm like, I'm not just there for myself. Like I'm there for these other people, and they're there for me as well. So like I feel like we just do a really good job of like bringing everyone up together as one.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Off the Clock. Next week, we will not have an episode, but I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. And Paris, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yes, thank you for having me.